We're still waiting to see fifth-year options turn into monster contracts for Lamar and Baker. Why haven't we seen them yet? Do we get them right before the season? What do you think, Greg?
Yeah, this is the time of year. I think it's going to happen with Lamar Jackson just because of the way that he spoke about it. He sounded so confident, and I would anticipate it's probably going to happen with Baker Mayfield. When the players aren't stressing publicly and the agents aren't stressing at all, I don't think the fans should, because I think both players would be agitating if they weren't expecting to sign. Lamar, I think will happen before camp. Whether Baker happens before camp or midway through, it sounds like it's happening. I thought it might be an interesting strategy after watching Jared Goff and Carson Wentz get those two contracts early and then regret it, to just make Baker play another 6-7 games with Kevin Stefanski. But it doesn't sound like the Browns are that interested in doing that.
I don't know what the Browns can be so special this year, Greg. Are you on that hype bandwagon? What do you got for me on the Browns?
I am. We sort of live and die with the Browns with Mark Sessler on our podcast. He's a longtime fan. I just worry it's the NFL. It's like, yes, everything makes sense. They have a top 5 roster, but we've seen teams like that go. Like, it wouldn't shock me if they go 10-7. A couple things go wrong for them. They should be right there with every team in the AFC. And I love the fact that they're built on an offensive line that just is back and it's loaded. They have so many different ways that they can beat you with offense. They have the best backfield in the league. They have one of the best tight end groups in the league. And now with OBJ back, I love the receivers too. Stefanski has to kind of prove that he's not Matt Nagy, though, that he's not like first-year coach of the year type of guy, and he keeps the magic going, because defenses will definitely adjust in that division.
Well, maybe it's just that Baker is a little bit better than Trubisky. Maybe. What do you think about that? If you want to make an analogy here, maybe Stefanski's got the better quarterback of the two.
Yeah,
I
think he does. I mean, I know he does. He's got the better quarterback. The question is, is Baker going to be the guy from the last 6 games of the year? I was a little surprised, this offseason. It still feels like the question is Baker a difference maker? It's watch those playoff games. I mean, I know they lost to the Chiefs, but some of the throws he made in those games were outrageous. I mean, he played fantastic the last 7 or 8 games. Can he do that for a full 16-game season? There's a pretty good reason to believe he will. And Stefanski, I just love his demeanor. I love the way that he play calls. He definitely feels a little bit like an AFC answer to Kyle Shanahan, and that's beautiful for Browns fans who, among many things, are annoyed that Kyle Shanahan got away.
I mean, how do you handle that? Sessler's a Browns fan. Hanzus is a Jet fan. I mean, is Hanzus doing the usual, which is, just what we're all doing, which is what else? We're back here again where we're hoping the coach and the quarterback's right, And like I said earlier, I like the coach. The quarterback concerns me that they either drafted a generationally talented guy finally, or they drafted Stifler and his mother. I'm genuinely concerned about that, Greg. There's no gray area, I don't think, honestly.
I love that. I hate to admit, I grew up a Patriots fan too. I mean, there is a part of me that is curious to see if this all just blows up in the Jetsian style possible. But man, you got to love the coach, and you got to love the talent on offense. If Joe Douglas hadn't fixed that offensive line by now, after the investments that he's made, I'd be surprised. And I love the weapons around. I love the weapons around the quarterback. I really think that right now the Jets are set up where 6-7 wins. You got to be happy with that, Rich, right? I mean, there shouldn't be too high expectations. As long as the offense and the quarterback are good, I'd worry about the wins later. There's
now the 17th game out there, Greg. So, maybe expectations could go a little higher. But I do like the coach, and I hope that they did get it right with the quarterback. And I do agree that Joe Douglas is building from the inside out as opposed to what was going on in the administrations before, despite my just pure man love for Jamal Adams. I do like the way that they're building the team. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.